They're gonna build a third temple. Put a box in there. The pigs, I say, so you're the Antichrist? You're gonna put the Antichrist? The pigs say, they're gonna sit in the third temple. So you're the Antichrist? No. They say they're Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is in heaven. Jesus Christ is in heaven. This is earth, not heaven. You're gonna build a third temple. Sit there. You're gonna put a God in there. You're gonna put a box in there. You're gonna put it. Are you gonna sit in there too? Be king. So you're the Antichrist? Huh? You are. He thinks he's Jesus Christ. Hi. I had to pause it for a second. You're building a third temple? Why? Where are the temples? Ezekiel 43, 36, 37. Why are you building a temple? Huh? For the Antichrist? For another false Messiah of the Jews? Oh, they're not Jews. For another false Messiah of the false Jews? You guys never learn, huh? You never learn. And the funny thing is, we're 2,000 years ahead of you. What do you mean, Adam? We're 2,000 years ahead of you. What do you mean by that? We're 2,000 years ahead of you. We already knew what you're going to do. You want to see what I mean? Okay. 2 Thessalonians was written when? Jeez. There's really no point doing that. I don't think. We should just not do it. It's a big car and all this stuff. Hello? And if you Church of Jesus Christ.org, is that the Mormons, Latter-day Saints? If you represent Jesus Christ, the real Jesus, the Freemasons are going to tamper with your car, your stuff, mess with your transmission and things like that. And let's look at this one that's not Mormons. So almost 2,000 years ago, we knew that they were going to do something to sit inside the temples of God. So, even before there's a third temple, or if they're using an underground temple or whatever they're doing, I don't know if they want to build a temple like that looks like the U.S. Embassy and things like that. It says in verse 4, those opposing exalt themselves in Greek. They exalt themselves above every god, every religion, every statue, object of worship. They sit down inside the minds of God's temples, and they set up themselves, or they say that they are God. That should be capital. but they say they are God. 2,000 years ago, Paul prophesies what they're going to do in the day of the Lord comes. The Lord God just left. AD 33, around there. He just ascended. Ben Adam Shom Mashiach, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. He ascended to heaven, has not come back yet. He just ascended. And he wrote this 2,000 years ago, just after that. Years after that. A couple decades maybe, or what, something like that. 2,000 years ago. All in the first century. Or within, what do they call it? First century Bible scriptures. First century Bible scriptures. 2,000 years ago, we already knew that they were going to do this. In other words, oh dang, how do they know everything? Because the Bible's good. The Bible told us that what you're going to do. Some of them even know what they're doing to try and bring God to come. So some of them are actually doing it. Some of them are actually wanting to put a third temple, trying to make God come, the fireball come. So they know what they're doing is Antichrist. So there's really no point. There's no point in arguing when even the people doing it know what they're doing. Nevertheless, people can't be a part of that. Because Satan comes in and says, yeah, you see, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is for God to come. You see, this is good. No, you cannot partake in the Antichrist. Those that do it, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? Those that do it's on them. And they're trying to say that they want God to come, but they're also saying God is going to go into the temple. They're also saying that these goys are gods. They're also worshiping these goys too. So, what's the point of doing a temple when there's a whole system of corruption? When the whole system of corruption of satanic sacrifices. Maybe if people got holy, maybe if Israel worshiped Moshiach, God will come. You ever think about that? What about if you got grafted back in the covenant? Judah book, Romans 8, Judah book, Romans 11. If you got grafted back in, maybe God will come if you would obey. But from the looks of the false Jewish boys kicking and spitting and slapping and kicking Christian ladies, maybe if you would get your house in order, God would come. Maybe if they stop doing satanic sacrificing and loving money and riches, maybe if they surrendered to God, Maybe Moshiach will come if you got ready for him. Maybe if you were wise virgins. Adamatiyah 25. Adamatiyah 25. Maybe if you're wise virgins. As me. Adamatiyah Dudan. And my people. Maybe if you're holy like me. You hear them? Oh yeah, they're holy with the zzz, 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 zzz. Oh, you're so holy. Zzz, zzz, zzz. You should say so. Yeah, you think you own Matthew? You should say so. Don't be hiding. Then the kingdom of the heavens will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps, went forward to meet the groom. Ben Adam Shel Mashiach, the groom. 5 of them were foolish, 5 were wise. The foolish took their lamps but had no oil. These guys are the beast. I can't even compare them. We're talking about Israel. Well, the beast is the beast. They're false gods. And the Goyim are false gods, trying to be gods. And they get punked out real easy. You see them face to face. They're easy to punk them out real easy. Because they're not fighters. They're just witches and a mob of pickle suckers. So the beast is a mob of pickle suckers. I'm talking about Israel. If Israel would confess the new covenant, New Testament, then maybe God will come and God will see, oh, my wise virgins, they're ready for me. But according to the parable, there's some who are no oil. They're not ready. They're not anointed. They're not receiving the Mashiach. They're not believing in the Mashiach. You got to take the oil of Mashiach, Ben Adam Shel Mashiach, in your vessels, within yourself, and become ignited, and get excited, get ignited, excited, and stay away from the goyim with all the noisemakers. Zzz, zzz, zzz. They're not excited. They're Antichrist. And that's what they do in Israel too. They persecute Christians. But Christianity is the real Judaism. Judaism. Messianic Judaism. Ben Adam Shel Mashiach. Jesus Christ. It's just a Greek word. Christos. It's the Christos Messias. Jesus Christos Messias. Messias is the Messiah. Anointed. Okay. So if you got into the covenant and got excited about it, maybe God will come. Maybe somebody will build a third temple after the rapture. Maybe Israel should stop persecuting Christians, and America too, and all the CIA, Goyim, foreigners, Freemasons persecuting. Hi. And that's all I have to say about that. 14 minutes. Hi, how are you? Where are you going? Hi. Cute. Adorable. I like it. Drumsticks. Run, run. Run to the witchcraft. Run to your piggles. Hurry, run away. Go run, Snitchy. Run. Autumn did it. Taha! Run to your Snitchy witchcraft. Police informant. Let me see what this is. Oh, they're trying to put Los Angeles County as false Jews. Subliminal. The box. We want to put LA County as false Jews. In the box. You're already in the Antichrist. There's no point. There's no old covenant. It's been destroyed. But you're already in the Antichrist. You're already worshiping Antichrist. Who cares what you... After that is really... That's like the pits already. You're already in the pit of hell. For those individuals. For the individuals who are satanic, worshiping false Jesus, they're already worshiping false Jesus. What's the point? Oh yeah. So remember they said that they wanted to? No, they didn't. They didn't keep their deal. They're lying sissies. So news report. No, they're lying sissies. They're still smelting witchcraft. They don't want it, and it's a forfeit. It's a forfeit for these non-fighters who run to the piggles and snitch and do witchcraft. They forfeited it. So this is pointing to the Antichrist third temple. They're repeating the box. They're conditioning your brain. The CIA is conditioning your brain, and they're using the falsehood to put a Big Bang building. I don't know if that's the actual one, but the whole world's gonna crumble. There's really nothing here that's gonna stand. The box. False Jews. She don't look like that in real life. She don't look like that. That's false. She don't even look like that. Want to see what she look like? Alright. Let's see if I can find something. Just a little sucked up old lady. See how the camera's down there? The camera's down here. Look how low the camera is. The camera's way down there. And she's just like an old lady basically with a bunch of makeup on. Anyway, so yeah, they smelt still. They're still acting like they mad because they can't get in, and they can't get in because they're the beast and they're not believers. Like you see right there, they're saying LA County wants to be in the box. Oh, that's cute. They're saying LA County wants to be. That's a commercial. Number one, it's a commercial. It's paid for by CIA corporate corruption. Everything on the internet, CIA. You're accountable for that. Because I'm the only one on the internet preaching the gospel. There might be a couple of Freemason preachers talking about Antichrist, Third Temple, but they don't do it in sincerity. They do it in... That's just what they do. You know, they're Freemason and they're a falsehood. Everything is controlled by the CIA. This, they're most likely censoring it. You're not able to listen. You're not... if they got my daughter over there, all the way into San Bernardino, stupid or dum-dum county over there, and they're part of the beast. The county is a part of the beast. If they could come over here and separate us, the police departments and the government, and you know they're corrupt. If they come over here and separate us, and they could separate us to where they can control her over there, we don't know what's going on, and if they persecute Christians then you already know what they want to do. They got everybody worshiping the Antichrist except for me. I'm not worshiping the Antichrist. They got everybody worshiping the Antichrist. Clink, clink, clinking metal, blah, blah, blah. The Antichrist. And all their worshippers. You see? The Antichrist, third temple, yellow, four horns, four something on the shoulders, blah, blah, blah. Right there. Idols. They got these are even Christians right here. These are false Christians right there. Okay. The Pope and the Roman Pope says all religions are right. How can that be? If there's only one way to heaven, how can all religions be right? The oneness of universal idolatry. Adultery and idolatry. The oneness of the universal scam. It's a scam against the people. They say God is not one, but all religions are one. That's a big fat hypocrisy. This is ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. I gotta upload this.